civilizations often find themselves trapped in a violent swing. On one side, there is the authoritarian demand for strict social conformity. On the other, the libertarian push for radical individuality. When we see deep polarization today, we are looking at the result of centuries of untreated wounds. Severe wealth inequality and entrenched power imbalances have historically pushed societies to these extreme poles, breaking down the ability to communicate. The framers of the U.S. Constitution recognized this danger. They attempted to engineer a structure that held a delicate balance between conformity for the common good and the individual rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They drew heavily on the philosophical framework of Socrates. Socratic dialogue is a method of seeking knowledge by testing useful claims against actual evidence. It requires individuals to test their personal hypotheses against a shared reality. Our modern digital environment lacks this mechanism. Social media platforms optimize for engagement through ad-driven misinformation. Firms like Cambridge Analytica, a company that harvested millions of user profiles to target voters with psychological political ads, proved that algorithms thrive when they force people to talk past one another. If we want to maintain a functional democracy, we have to find a way to re-engineer the framers' balance. We need a way to build Socratic logic directly into our digital infrastructure. To solve this, developers created Kayeh, an AI framework designed to map out human perception using 4 specific quadrants. The vertical axis represents the maturity of an idea. At the top, we have principle. These are ideas that have proven uses and supporting evidence. At the bottom is new idea, concepts so recent they lack evidence or historical application. The horizontal axis tracks social dynamics. The left side is conformity, representing theories without evidence that a group might enforce. The right side is individuality, which represents personal evidence or digressions that lack broader uses. A productive conversation manages to connect a high-level principle down to a new idea, striking like a lightning bolt to create consensus. A healthy deliberation weaves all 4 quadrants together. The problem is that most online arguments get completely stuck inside a single quadrant. Take this highly polarized thread from X, formerly Twitter. Users are debating the killing of a protester by ICE agents in Minnesota. The emotions are high, and the dialogue is entirely fractured. This is the Story Consensus Analyzer interface. The AI ingests the raw text of the online argument to identify the structural gaps in the conversation. This dashboard shows the results. With an average claim consensus score of 47.5%, KI diagnoses this thread as splintering due to excess individuality. Users are throwing out isolated, angry claims without connecting them to a unifying principle. The algorithm's goal is not to force these users to agree. Instead, it generates a reply designed to act as a seed question, shifting the deliberation back toward the left side of the quadrant, conformity, to establish a shared baseline. To build this bridge, the AI reads the room. It scans the fragmented thread, selecting 3 specific claims to weave into a single response. This text window shows the generated reply. First, Kayeh pulls a principle currently missing from the debate: qualified immunity. Qualified immunity is a legal doctrine that shields government officials from being held personally liable for constitutional violations. Next, it incorporates a conformity theory that users are already circulating in the thread, the idea that lawsuits regarding the event will eventually reach the president. Finally, it anchors these 2 concepts to a new idea emerging in the replies, which frames the backlash as a karma moment for the agency. The resulting synthesis acknowledges the reality of legal immunity while simultaneously validating the crowd's demand for moral accountability. This provides a tactical advantage for anyone communicating clearly online. Solo activists can use this to cut through algorithmic rage bait. PR managers can seed principles before getting consumed by disinformation. Thomas Jefferson believed that society required a perpetual peaceful revolution, where outdated knowledge is continuously and safely displaced by new evidence and consensus. By mapping the structure of arguments, we take the noise of modern echo chambers and organize it into forums where authentic opinions are weighed. Automating the Socratic search for principles gives us a reliable framework. It allows us to navigate the digital age while preserving the individual liberty and social harmony that a functioning society requires.